white lady. She just wanted to help out a little black girl. She said that, and I was like, oh, okay. We need to close on this house today. And I'm just like, what do you mean? Zero experience. What's up, homies? Welcome back to the channel. Oh, let me cover that a little bit. That was too much. All right, there we go. Today is story time, and as you can see, story time. I am so excited about today's story because it is one that I love to share at anywhere. My home buyers consultation, listing presentations. Like, this story is just so funny to me, and I didn't know how normal it was, or that it happens, or worse things that can happen. At the time I didn't know, but now I know. So let's get into the story. Okay, so I have been an agent, a real estate agent, for a year and 7 months. Like, wow, a year and 7 months, I made it. I remember when I first got my license, honestly, I didn't know. I know I have a passion for homes and for the process of having someone find their first home or apartment or whatever it is, because I worked in property management, and that is a big part of this story, y'all. So, so I knew that I was going to be really good at it because I was really good at leasing, and what I did at the property management company, I was really good at it. So I couldn't wait to venture out and to do it on my own, with the broker and everybody else, but I just had to do it part-time. So I got my license in December of 2018. I took the test and passed it on the first go around, and that was because I studied so much. I was studying day and night, especially like going towards the testing part. I had paper, I had index cards, I had recordings of myself talking about the answers and questions. I was just consuming all of that information. So I just knew I had to pass the first time because I wanted to leave my 9 to 5, and I just had to pass the test. Like, it was no option for me. So anyway, moving on. So I got my license in December of 2018, and then I made the announcement to like all my friends and family and everything January 1st, you know, like 2019, new year, it's a big deal. I'm super excited. Tell everyone you know that I sell houses, and I think that's super crazy because I've never sold a house, right? Like, it's so crazy to think that it's like, tell everyone to come your way. But at the same time, I had a feeling that my first sale would need to be somebody that I know. It can't be just, no one would trust me off the street without me having proven myself. Like, I had zero experience. It took a while for me to get my first lead for my first listing. So I didn't sell a house until I got my first listing July 15th. Of 2019. Like, that was my birthday, and the lady signed the dotted lines. I was just like, you doing it? Okay, we're doing this. On my birthday, it was like a super big birthday blessing. I was so fortunate for that that sale. I developed such a big relationship with the owner of the home. She was a total stranger. We had an open house in that neighborhood, my real estate sister and I, and she called a number from the flyer, and I answered, and it started there. I listed her house, and I sold it within 1 day. It was on the market for 1 day, but that's a whole nother story, okay? So I sold her house to an investor, and this is just all happening so fast. It was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe this happening. Like, I got the listing, I sold it. Like, it was super quick, and I was super excited for her. She was excited for me because she knew she was my first one. She didn't care. It was an old little white lady. She just wanted to help out a little black girl. She said that, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever, I'm gonna take it. So we sold our house, and the investor flipped the home and was reselling it. So then he hired me as the listing agent. So I had 2 listings in my first year. This was crazy. So for my first one, I had the buyer and the seller. And then I turned around and had the seller again. So I was very fortunate and blessed within my first year to have those 3 transactions. Everyone kept telling me how lucky I was. I thought I was super blessed because a lot of realtors don't even get 1 transaction in their first year. So that was super big for me. So while doing all of this, I was still like building my brand and marketing and trying to just like figure out where I fit into the real estate world. It's a huge world, but it's still like really, really small. All the realtors in all 50 states know each other. It's like a big popularity contest in the online real estate business. And I hated all that part of it. And I was just like, maybe I don't see myself doing this full time. It's kind of like leaving one rat race to another. But this rat race definitely paid off a lot more than my 9 to 5, and it was a lot less stress. Like my 9 to 5 was so stressful. Like although I love the people that I worked with, it had its days where it was just like, I can't do it, you know? And we all have that feeling with our 9 to 5. So anyway, so let me get to the good part. So we end up buying a house. I listed a house in July, and it took a while to flip it. Because it was a complete gut. She had bought the house in 1968 and had done nothing to it. Like it was the same stove, the same microwave, the same everything, like the stucco flooring, the paint. She changed nothing in this house from 1969, y'all. I think the roof was new. That was the only thing, like new roof and a new AC, which was a benefit to the investor. So it was a complete gut. They remodeled it all the way through and through, and it was beautiful. Okay, like they made this house look like a full 360. Like it was. I walked in there and I thought I was on HGTV. I was like, what? It was really, really nice. So anyway, I knew that buyers were going to be flocking to this house. The price point was good, the neighborhood was good, everything was brand new, and it was gorgeous on the inside, like undoubtedly. Like I was like, this house is going to sell like this. So we put it on the market, and I'm so excited because this time it's happening for real. Like I'm listing it on the MLS, I'm going to have an open house, I'm going to do everything, because the first time I didn't get to do that because the investor swooped it up. So so this time I was super excited, I was ready. We had multiple offers come in, and then we had our first offer that we accepted, and that agent was an agent from hell for me. Like it's like he smelled my fresh, young, innocent Vilissa blood and was like going in on it. So my broker and his team at the time definitely had my back. They were like sharks as well, and so they came back and they were telling me what to say in return, and it just became like a real catty situation and ordeal, and the deal didn't go through. So the buyer's agent, he felt like he screwed up big time, because I mean his clients were losing out on a house that they really, really wanted, and he messed it up for them, fighting over $500 in commissions. Like it's like, sir, like a lot of realtors really are out here putting money before the people, and that's okay. No comments. So anyway, so yeah, it was over $500. He lost the whole contract, the whole deal, and we ended up going with the backup offer, which was a cash offer. And my investor was ready for the cash offer anyway. He was like, he preferred a cash over this other one anyway because it was getting more. It didn't have all that hiccup, and we had already went through inspection periods and everything. Like it was just crazy. So because we did an inspection, the cash offer agent, and here's an advice, even if you're paying cash, still do an inspection for yourself, because that's where the story gets really, really good. So the agent was like, oh no, don't worry about it, we want this house, we need to move it before December, before Christmas. And I was like, yes, I want y'all to move it before Christmas too, because this little money is gonna be my Christmas money. I'm gonna hey, you know. So I'm like, okay, this is happening. So I'm still working my 9 to 5, y'all, and so every time we had like something that we had to do in regards to the property, I would have to like act like I was sick and leave, or call out or whatever the case is. I just had to, things were just pulling at me to quit my job, and I just would not, because I had that security of that every 2 weeks getting a paycheck, and I just couldn't give it up. Like, I just needed this paycheck. And it's not like I was the breadwinner in my family or not, but my goal was to become the breadwinner, and so I knew I needed to quit, but I still waited out. So so we did the deal, and we're a closing day, and we're going in for the final walkthrough, and I put on my blue heels, my cute outfit, because I'm ready to take a soul picture by the sign. I'm like, okay, when I get there, I'm going to tell the listing agent to take a picture of me. I mean, the buyer's agent to take a picture of me. I'm going to post this on Instagram. I'm looking good. Yes, I'm about to, oh, this is so good. I'm excited. We walk into the house, and I would never forget, I turned the key, opened the door, and they're standing right behind me. Like, the buyers and their agent standing right behind me. We open the door, and water floods out, pours out all over my blue shoes. And they're not ugly blue, they're cute blue, okay? And I say blue, I'm not talking about no Cookie Monster blue. I mean, these are some really cute shoes, okay? These were actually my most expensive heels. They cost $150. And that's my most expensive heel right now, not for long though. So water comes flooding out, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die. This is it. This is it, Lord. Come get me right now. It was crazy. So I'm like, whoa, what is happening? You can hear water coming from the source, and I'm just like, this can't be happening. Like, there was no leak. I was here yesterday. Nothing. This was not here yesterday. Like, I wanted to cry, but I didn't. So I stepped into the house, and I called the investor, and I'm like, hey, the house is flooded out. He was like, you're lying. I was like, no, there's like water everywhere, and the laminate flooring is just floating, okay? Floating as you walk. Like, that's how much water was in this house. So he starts losing it. He was like, we need to close on this house today. And I'm just like, what do you mean? There's water everywhere. Like, there's water, you can't in here. That's like this much water in the house, you can't. And then I hear the neighbors, they have blowers on in their house, like so many blowers. I'm just like, okay, so it's not just this house. So I go over to the neighbor, and let me back up. So we walk in, and when you walk into the house, you see the patio, which is a screened-in patio, and the little screen was falling off. And then the buyer looked at me. He was like, do you see that screen falling off? That wasn't like that when we sold the home. And I'm like, sir, the house, we're standing in water. I can fix the screen for you if you sign this for this house today. But if you don't, the screen don't matter, sir. We're standing in like 4 inches of water, and you worrying about a screen. That is to just show you how, like, I was just being tested this day. I don't know if I was being tested, they was being tested, somebody was being tested, okay? So I go to the neighbor house, and she was like, the water has been coming into her house continuously since the night before. So there was under a pipe underneath, connected. It's not a duplex, it's 2 single family homes. So I don't know why it's connected. It was just some strange coincidence that they both had this leak the same day, and the day I was closing. So I'm calling everybody, the city, I'm calling, and it was just like crazy, like calling people. And then a city official drove by, and they had like the city of Lauderdale on their the truck. So I was like, hey guys, I was waving him down, and he stopped, and then he was like, wow, he felt so bad for me, because he was like, wow, like, I can't believe this is happening to you. And I'm like, I didn't even care about it happening to me at the moment. I really truly felt so bad for the buyer. So he said, because the issue was on the other side of the sidewalk, and underneath our house there was nothing that the city could do because that is not their pipes, it's not their belonging. So that was something that I learned in that moment, and I will never forget it. If it's on the other side of the sidewalk, it belongs to the city. If once it gets onto your side, it's yours. I mean, I think I learned that in school, but I had to apply it in real life quite last minute on the whim. So yeah, anyway, so we end up going to the office. The seller's office, I mean the buyers obviously were like, we don't want the house. The guy was like, this is a sign from God. This house is too far from our church. We should have never bought it. God doesn't want us to own this home. So we out. And I was just like, at this point I was okay with it, because the investor, his wife at this point was like, I don't want to steal nobody's money. This is, you know, like, this is not their fault. So like, if it's something that we have to fix before we relist it, then we'll fix it, and whatever the case was. And so, I was supposed to be at work. So I'm thinking we're just gonna get in there, sign documents, and close, because I told my job that I was gonna be late. And now I'm under all this stress. They calling me to find out where I'm at. And I'm like, y'all need to leave me alone. I was this close to quitting that day. I don't know how I didn't quit. I didn't end up getting to work until like super late, and I still went because there's just something about my character that I just have to show up and come through. And I don't know why. Okay, like at this point I should have just been like, whatever, listen guys, I'm calling out, because this was a bigger fish to fry than being there answering the phone. But anyway, I went in and whatever, it was stupid. So on my way to work, I thought, how about if we kept some money in escrow, and we said that we're gonna fix it and give us this amount of time to fix it, and once it's fixed, then the rest of the funds will be released to us. So that was a good deal. I came up on a whim. I ran it by my broker, the investor, and they were like, all right, let's go for it. So we did that deal. So we ended up closing that day, y'all. And yeah, we ended up closing. I got my check, he got his check, and they fixed it, and everybody was happy. Actually, the buyers didn't like the original floors, so they were like, don't even replace the floors, just give us $5,000 in closing costs and we'll replace the floors ourselves. And the investor was like, say no more. There you go, we fixed the pipes, we took the floors up, y'all can put down whatever floors y'all want. And so I think everybody turned out to win. But yeah, that was my first real estate transaction. It was a lot of lessons from beginning to end. But it was very fun. It was an emotional roller coaster. And I don't think I even cried that day. Did I cry? I don't think I cried. I don't think I cried at all. So that was good. That's it, y'all. Real estate is super fun. Like, every transaction is different. You learn from everyone. And they tell you that in the beginning, like, it's not like something that you ever stop learning. Everyone is just unique to its own kind, and I'm excited for the rest of the years to come. I have a lot of good stories about real estate that has happened that I can probably share with you guys. So if you enjoy this story time, comment down below. Let me know if you want some more good tea on buying homes, because it's not all glitz and glam. It's not HGTV. You walk into the home and they're like, this is the one we like, and we have 3 good options, one on the beach, one on the mountain, one here, and they're all like butterfly makers. It can get real messy. Like and subscribe down below, and follow me on Instagram, Share Austin, where you can get a little bit more details about me and what I actually do in the Broward County area. I do service Miami as well, but I am native to Miramar. Anything north of that, I am an expert at this point. Like, I eat, sleep, and breathe this community. Look forward to meeting you guys. If you do end up following me, like some people have already done, slide into my DMs and just let me know that you're following me, and I'll follow back so that we can connect and meet that way. I love meeting new people, and I am so excited for all the good things that will be coming on this channel.